Welcome back to Super Tuesday Recap. This is your host, Kriss Dpalm here. And we are back to review The Flash, episode 13 of season 4, True Colors. Amunet makes it deal to buy all the metahumans in Iron Heights, so Barry must decide if he should expose his powers to save his cellmates. We're going to get into this in a minute, because we're going to be talking about villains here in this episode. I got to address something else, though. I think it was you. I don't know if it was Facebook or Twitter.
What did I do?
No, it wasn't you. Somebody sent it to us, to me and you, on Twitter. It was a fully functional Batman suit. No, it was you.
Okay,
You sent
look. All right. Someone sent it to both of us. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
What do we say?
This is the Villain Agenda starter pack. Like it is. Like I'm actually thinking that Villain Agenda 2020 might happen.
I'm not willing to expose all my plans on the podcast. But yeah, the Batman suit's a game changer. Between that and the hoverboard, like the hoverboard's a for real deal game changer.
Nigga, it's the Batman suit, the hoverboard, and the goddamn Elon Musk fucking flamethrower.
Fuck his flamethrower. I don't trust Elon Musk. After that shit this week, we just covered Lex Luthor. Like we just did it. We did a 2-hour character corner on Lex Luthor, and y'all niggas like, look at Elon Musk. I'm like, yeah, look at him.
Oh no, he's definitely a villain. Don't get me wrong. He's definitely.
Like, what the fuck? You guys are. You know who he is? And it came to me in a dream. He's Hank fucking Scorpio from The Simpsons. He is. There's a flamethrower. He's Hank Scorpio, and how like that's fine. You guys can trust him if you want. Those flamethrowers will assemble into a robot and like assault you. Like I have no faith in anything he provides.
Oh God. Yo, it's just I want to see when people like I know people bought them. Have they shipped? Like I just have so many questions.
Yeah. If people want a flamethrower, the Weed Dragon is a flamethrower on Amazon. They sell it at different BTUs, and it's much less expensive than the not a flamethrower. I'm not telling you that I built an Amazon wish list that can get me a supervillain kit for less than $1,000. I am saying that I know how much that flamethrower costs.
I'm just saying.
Villain
Agenda 2020, a hoverboard for every human being. I'm just saying.
Look, not everyone. No. Just those of us who can afford tasteful hobgoblin-esque masks.
you know. Gotta keep it classy.
There we go. And like Dan Slott, the way he had him like franchising out supervillains, like that's brilliant.
Yes. No.
Like, if I can go ahead and be the McDonald's of supervillains, I establish a gimmick, I sell the gimmick, you get a piece of your profits every month. Like, let's roll.
Yo, honestly, this is weird, but it actually does segue into this last episode because you basically want to be and you're really going to be Amunet.
No, I'm not. Because Amunet's buying people. I'm selling gimmicks.
Oh, I'm just See, I don't go into human trafficking.
No.
I just sell you the equipment.
Look, no, not even the equipment. I'll even go out and do the first job in your customized rig to build your rep.
So we're really providing hands-on service.
I'm not send an email and hope that it works. No, I'm hands-on. I'm the Maytag man, baby.
I'm not only the president.
I'm also a fucking member. And like, if I don't establish the rep in your town, like, how would you feel about giving me my 60% every month? And yes, the number's 60. I built you a supervillain's costume and gave you a way of life. It's 60% of all your take. If you don't give it, I'll find out. Believe me. I'm the Costco of supervillains, Chris.
Okay, Kingsley.
No, let's do this. His twin brother's name? Daniel. Let's fucking go.
You're welcome, Feekful. You're welcome.
I need everyone to pretend this first part of the podcast didn't happen. Because the supervillains start popping up. I don't know those. I don't know you.
Right.
Make that very fucking clear.
Right. Whoa. Hey.
We've never met.
Now, see, on 2/7/2018 on this podcast, said what? I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, all right, man. God, this is why you guys love listening to us. So, all right, this episode of The Flash. So I I'm gonna start with you first. Overall, what do you think of this episode?
Super uneven because there are parts I really enjoyed that I thought were really well presented and well acted, and there are parts where the story kind of falls apart. And so I'm very muddled on how I just watched it, so like it's very fresh in my mind.
Same here.
I don't know where did you fall on it because I haven't seen any reactions, I haven't seen any reviews. I just know that it didn't sit well with me. It kind of advanced the things that it did the big things I wanted to do, but the little things feel like they got left. I don't know, felt minimized.
That's where I'm at with it. I think it's one of the defining problems of this season. Well, and I'm sad to say this, that it has become a defining moment of this season because I got to remind people before the break, before the crossover, I wasn't really feeling this. I wasn't really feeling this way about this season of The Flash. I really was enjoying it. I thought they had fixed their problems.
I really enjoyed last week.
Oh, and I enjoyed last week. I said last week. I was like, I definitively. Somebody came and told me this episode that episode was bad. I was like, oh no. I enjoyed that fucking episode last week.
No, I enjoyed last week.
You know what?
Not so much.
You know what it is to me? It's the little details, and I'm disappointed because I know the show can do better. And I'll give you a perfect example of this. I'm gonna jump right to the end. Check the fucking morgue. You have his body.
Like honestly,
I just like. What the?
Hold on, like
I
want to be out of prison too.
What
I really did.
What kind of kangaroo court? What the fuck is this? What is this? You know what this is?
What Mickey Mouse operation are you running, Central City?
This was a Family Guy episode. It was a Family Guy episode. I can't remember what episode it was, but it's the episode where Peter had done something and got caught, and the judge is like, "Well, I sentenced you."
That's every Family Guy episode.
Yeah, I sentenced you to the end of this episode when it goes black, and we'll see you back next week. And it's just like that's exactly what this was. Like
that's exactly what it was. It was like a Simpsons episode. Like there's the baseball one where they discover that Major League Baseball is spying on everyone's houses, and Mark McGuire comes out and says, "We could tell you about the satellites, or you could watch you hit a few dingers," and they cheer for dingers, and they fade to black. Like you're right. It felt like it felt like there should have been da 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 da. Like it should have been backing music. That was a bit more lighthearted at the end of it. Like,
and here's the thing, like big picture, I was okay with it. Big picture.
Barry's out of jail. People who know his identity are now either dead or co-opted.
Well, I'll get on that. Well, again, big picture. Yes, you're right. Even down to Dibney posing as DeVoe, I'm okay with that if you fix the small details of what the fuck you do with his body.
Just have. I mean. See, and that becomes a bigger problem because now, like, what I was about to say involves Joe robbing a grave. Which, by the way, was a scene in fucking Justice League. I want everyone to remember that. I just said it's too dark for a CW show, and they put it on the big screen, and people want to tell me that it's sorry. Zack Snyder cut people have been in my mentions today, and I am.
Oh, I'm sorry.
In a place.
Yeah, it's because I can't remember. I thought maybe that didn't. I couldn't remember if they cremated. Because that would be even worse. Like, did you cremate his body? It's like, how the fuck is he? So it's like I just need the answer of like, okay, what did you do with his? Because if you have a body of DeVoe sitting in the goddamn morgue, and you just made a big deal of Cecile saying to the judge, it's like, well, we have a man that runs faster than the speed of light. So, obviously, any weird things happen, then obviously you can have a fucking shapeshifter in front of you as well. So let's check the morgue to make sure.
Like she kind of undercut her own argument there.
Right. It's just like I'm like, motherfucker. Like, why would you do that? I mean, that whole thing, again, it's the lack of attention to detail. You know, one thing that really bothered the fuck out of me, and this is, I'm going to tell you, this is nitpicky. But it was a signal for me that they were about to do some fuckery in the courtroom. Why was Marlise sitting at the prosecutor table?
Wait, why was who?
Marlise.
That's a great point.
Why was she there? You're not like that's not. You're one of the victims. You don't sit. You sit in the gap. What are you doing there? This wasn't a civil case.
That's a really good point. You know what got me? The tip for me was. That we had the pep talk with Ralph, which people are going to criticize because I guess they don't like Ralph, but like that's the arc we've seen every ancillary character go through, like the doubting themselves, and then like that pep talks happen to every character, so I'm okay with that.
Oh yeah, the pep talk, yeah.
When they had the scene in Iron Heights And after the pep talk, I was like, "Where the fuck was Ralph?" And went to the court. I go, "Absolutely not, absolutely not. You better not. You better not." And he wheeled in there. I was like, "Motherfucker, here we go." Because honestly, because my life's not my own anymore. This puppy's taken over. I have to watch this show when I can, and when I could was during one of his naps after work tonight. And I was just like, well, now I've got to watch this, and because I want the Flash writers who they're out there listening to know I'm cheering for you. When I see shit like this, I know that in 30 minutes after I see it, I have to go talk bad about you on the internet. I don't want to talk bad about you. I'm a Flash. The Wally West character corner, the first one we ever did, was my idea because I love Wally West.
Yes.
I'm a Flash fanatic. That's a Flash fact. This was Flash fucking terrible.
I feel like I have that Tyra Banks. I'm rooting for you. We were rooting for you. Like,
I'm just even mad. I'm just disappointed.
Yeah, because it's just like it's so. You know what it is? It's sloppy. It's like, to me, again. So, and going to the beginning, I remember at the beginning of the episode, I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh, already too much Ralph. But by the end of the episode, I'm like, you know what?
Yeah, they made Ralph okay.
I'm not bad. Like, and again, I know that's gonna be, you know, that if you hate Ralph, you just hate Ralph. Like, there's nothing.
Yeah, there's nothing we can do about that.
There's nothing we can do about that, and I get it. But like, and again, at the beginning, I'm like, oh, too much. But like the arc they did with him, I'm okay with.
It was consistent. It made sense. It was logical. I don't feel like he was, and like you said, there was a lot of focus early, but he was letting subside through the. I think they balanced the Ralph very well in this episode.
Right. The problem then becomes, though, everything else. Everything else, though, just, oh my God. Like, and it's the small things that become large. Mm-hmm. Like, okay, fine. I can go with the idea that there's no cameras in the extra security meta wing where you have your super villain metas. Fine, fuck you. You don't want to have cameras there because, again, Warden Wolf is doing shit off the books. I can kind of understand that. You don't have fucking guards. You don't have any way. You don't have a closed system. Like, actually, no, I don't. You know what? I don't understand not having cameras because it's like
you can have not having cameras because it's even when Amulet confronts Ralph as Wolf, she says there are no cameras in that wing, and he's like, "But I installed some." She's like, "Why would you do that?" He's like, "Oh, actually, that's a good point. Like, if you're doing something off the books, you stay off the fucking books. You want to? It's like the scene from The Wire when Stringer Bell yells at the kid for taking notes on a criminal fucking conspiracy.
Yeah,
but like no cameras, I can actually rock with. I actually enjoyed them not having Barry exposition his way through the science.
Yeah,
but for there to be no guards and no resistance,
like nothing. Like they literally, like, oh wait, I'm sorry, and there just happens to be a fucking Ninja Turtle ass fucking sewer.
Yo, I'm sorry. Does the thing fill with water? Why is that there? It seems like a structural issue, really.
In the middle of your goddamn jail cell, you're super secure. Like, there's no. Wait a minute. So let me tell you, there's not even an alarm. There's not even an alarm to let you know that opened. Like, what the fuck? That doesn't make any sense. And again, it's so sloppy and stupid, and it could have been fixed in 2 seconds. It could have been fixed in 2 seconds. It didn't require a lot of work. You know, it's like you had some kind of alarm.
Have Dawnstar kill a guard.
Something.
And that way we know what Barry's plan is before the villains spell it out for us.
Right. Like it needed to be spelled out.
So it's like, oh, that is a good plan. I wish someone had mentioned it before now. It reframes my entire thinking about this episode.
Right.
Oh.
Other thing too. So you couldn't tell when the metas escaped, but you could tell when Barry's toilet overflowed.
I can imagine they called for the guards then. That was okay with.
So what you're saying?
My toilets overflowed. My clothes overflowed.
So what you're saying?
He should have caught a beat down for plugging his fucking toilet.
But hear what you're saying. So what you're saying is there was a guard somewhere.
Thank you. thank you.
You're
I
saying
didn't want to I'm glad you followed me down that road because it sounded like I was going to compliment this show, and I was not.
right. So it's like apparently Barry broke out in the middle between shifts or something like that. They were changing the guard.
Which, by the way, as an idiot 20-year-old, some of us knew when the shift change for cops was. That's something you would know doing something long enough. But I think he's been in the metahuman wing for 27 seconds. He got there. Wolf called last episode, and they spent this episode setting up the deal. I'd be amazed if he spent a night there. But he's already got the place wired enough to not only know how to clog the toilet, but know that once it's clogged, who will come, what he'll bring, and he'll be able to steal from him. Then he figures out, using those materials, because as a scientist, I actually hat tip to this, breaks out of the cell. Awesome. 0 alarms, 0 guards. But Dpalm, you're saying, Wolf has an elite team of guards who watch this wing in addition to their duties in Main Iron Heights. It's hard for them to be everywhere at once. Maybe Barry timed it well. Cool. Maybe he's the luckiest motherfucker alive. But I don't know. The girl with luck powers seems not to have her powers be working. Why is this? Okay. At least have Barry, give me a couple scenes where Barry's, timing out the response time to guards to an alarm. If he knows they're decentralized, I'm giving them a lot of liberties here, by the way. I'm making a lot of story jumps to make it okay, and I still can't get there, Chris.
Well, you know what it is? They did the same thing that they've been doing some other stuff. They can what should have been a little bit longer, or what we said in the episode, his trial montages. Something to show us that.
Wait, you mean you can speed up the passing of time on a show about someone who runs faster than the speed of light? Crazy, Chris.
Well, so if you do that, then you can't have Barry etching another one into his cell.
Fuck him.
That's how you knew. That's how you only knew it was one day.
It wasn't even a day. The other guards didn't know he wasn't supposed to. What?
Right.
So I'm a guard. I've been walking past that cell all day, and it's been fucking empty, and there's a guy inside. I'm asking more questions.
I'm not gonna lie. That was the question I had. I was like, wait, so did nobody notice that Barry?
No one had a room check before now?
It's like Barry just went right back into his cell. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? What are we doing here, folks?
The warden was murdered on prison grounds. And no one noticed that one cell was empty. The guy in the cell. And that's the other thing is, I haven't been to prison. But I imagine spaces are premium. So the flat wall across from Barry's cell would probably be another cell.
And nobody. So you mean nobody noticed the guy phasing into his own fucking cell?
No, the way they've shot it, it looks like they face a wall, which is fine.
Mm-hmm.
It makes no fucking sense, but whatever. It's fine. But you're telling me that no one's walks down there today? Didn't we establish Warden Wolf had put an extra camera in his cell?
Oh, it's gone now. It's gone now. The camera that was looking at Barry's cell is gone now because Barry's not in the cell no more. So obviously they went out and they took the nanny cam that they had before and taking that. I don't fucking know, man.
We took it back to Best Buy. It didn't work. I'd like a refund.
You want one even better? So when they brought, and this is one of the, again, it's the small things, and it's one of those, you'll die not by one cut, but a death by 1,000 cuts. So like when Warden Wolf confronts Barry and the rest of the metas out, and he's like, yeah, that's the Flash. He's the one that put you on here. And the first motherfucker that turns around and says something is motherfucking Dwarf Star. And I'm like, motherfucker, you just got here. Like, you got put into jail when Barry was already. You don't know the Flash. Why are you upset?
The only way I'm allowing that is because Dwarf Star is clearly a career criminal, and I'm sure at some point either he's had to avoid the Flash or he's been caught by the Flash. Like that one, I was okay with. I'm not okay with.
You're trying. You're trying.
No, because for me, he was the only one who, prior to being a metahuman, was a criminal.
Valid.
Like
but he got away with
his powers. He was a dick.
Right.
So the Flash is a natural enemy to him. The other ones were forced enemies, which that all made sense. You're right. He put them in. But Dwarf Star for me, I was like, you're a criminal. If you're a criminal, and they're like, Bruce Wayne's Batman. He's never arrested you, but do you want to shoot him? We're like, you're goddamn right, I do. Because guess what? If you're the guy who killed the Flash, you're made forever.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. If they had made that point, it'd been fine. But Warden Wolf literally is like, he's the guy that put you in here. And I'm like,
Warden Wolf went straight for the vengeance.
I'm just like, but that's...
No, two more lines. He didn't arrest me, but no one ever will again if you kill him. Like something like that. Like,
something like it's but when you want to be the man, like something. It's just like I don't know, man. It just.
No, I'm not gonna like. What do you say? You're right.
No, it's just one of the, they're just these small little things here, and you're just like, God.
Oh, what was Iris wearing when she went to go see Barry? What was she wearing?
What was she wearing? I
it was like a goddamn bathrobe. I'm looking at the still. Hold on, let me see if I can.
No, you're kidding me, right? No.
Hold on, no. I want everyone to take the time to go look this image up. I'm gonna see if I can somehow get Chris to put in the show notes. What's the chat thing? Here we go. This is horrible podcasting, I know, because I'm sending a link to someone else who is also going to see it. But I want you to see this so you know what I'm talking about.
Let me see this.
What is that?
Hold on.
What is it?
I think it's supposed to be a coat.
No, not that coat. You ever seen a coat that looks like that? Look at what Cecile's wearing. It's tasteful. It's not cold enough to. I don't know what she's wearing. Like, look at the wrists.
It really doesn't look a fucking bathrobe.
It
doesn't look like a bathrobe. Shit. Oh my God.
I don't give a shit what my characters are wearing. But you know what it is? And I was trying to explain this to Susan the other day. We were watching a wrestling match I saw. I was like, this is a great match. This is probably the best match I've ever seen. She's one of those people who doesn't really get wrestling, but she likes that I get it. And she likes having, like, when I explain it to her why I like it. And I'm pointing out some things that are going on in the match. And I'm like, oh, so you can see that he took the bump here so it wouldn't actually hurt, but it looks worse than it was. And she goes, does it hurt you to know that about the matches? I said, not really, because what I want to do is get lost in the story.
Mm-hmm.
And with the Flash, for me, a lot, I can get lost in the story. So the things that you nitpicker, sometimes the readers come in with, I'm dismissive of because, like, hey, man, the story got me, and I didn't have time to stop. Like, I had a friend once ask me, why was the vice president evil in Iron Man 3? Like, I don't give a shit, because he's evil.
Yeah, just, I mean.
He gives a shit. Like, his motivations aren't played. It's not his fucking movie. I don't care. I was lost in the story. This one story wasn't strong enough for me to lose it, and now I gotta ask questions about what the fuck is Iris wearing?
Right. What the fuck is that shit?
I don't want to ask these questions, Chris.
No, no, absolutely.
Like honestly, if I'm talking about wrestling, I'll very rarely be like, go over the technical things that happen in the ring, because that's when you're overthinking it, and that's when you're taking apart something that's not meant to be. It's meant to be viewed as the whole. Well, it's not designed to be nitpicked,
right?
And when you can't lose yourself in the hole, what? We're pulling strings, motherfucker. And one of those strings is attached to Iris's bathrobe.
Yeah, it's just it's a combination of sloppy, lazy, and then rush. Because I also thought that, so we get this episode, I'm like, wait, so is the only reason Cecile has these powers so that she could read the mind of Wolf, and all of a sudden, like, that just now we're here? Like, it just you know what it is with the Wolf thing for me? It's like, okay, you bring him in, you set this stuff up, you have him revealed as being, being a bad guy last episode, and you completely get him out of the way, right? Immediately. Like, it's just
a waste of a character.
It was such a waste of a character. It's just like
you serve no story purpose whatsoever. You're gonna have them break out Wolf, not catch them, and have DeVoe get the drop on them. Then have Wolf show up with Amulet, try to sell him, have Vibe and Killer Frost win that fight, and have Barry still go back inside.
Right? Yeah. It's just
there's no reason, none, for Wolf to die, except to establish just how evil DeVoe is. Motherfucker, he framed Barry for murder and then killed himself and switched his mind into another body. He's now reading the mind of his wife, who he's now manipulating to love him, even though he's now jumped bodies for a third time. We get it. He's evil. He did not have to kill the other evil guy.
No,
Except for the fact that we needed to get the fact that someone who knew Barry's identity off the board. But you know what? I bet those tendrils could probably wipe a memory or two. What you do is you take the memory out of his head. You say, Wolf, you live because you serve a purpose, but no one must know Barry Allen is the Flash.
Well, that was the other thing, too, that bothered me. It's like, so and again, I'm not saying this as part of my agenda for Barry to reveal himself, but because I told you guys last week, I was like, yo, they're going to come up with some stupid reason and stupid way for Barry's identity not to be found. And here it was. Like, we're literally just going to kill everybody. Who knows? Which, to me, was, like, fucking lazy as shit. Like, what was even the point of hinting at that and doing all that if you're just going to say, well, we're just killing anybody who knows? Like, that, it's just, I don't know. I expect better.
I got dropped in that universe today, and they're like, this is our friend Barry Allen. He's the, no, don't tell me, I'll die.
Right. That's what it was. It's just like it didn't make any sense to do all this stuff and said all this stuff because like they painted themselves into a hole and they're like, you know what it was? Not to the same extent, but it's a little like the Savitar thing where it's like you painted yourself into a hole, into a corner with Savitar killing Iris, and you had some other choices you could make and some other ways of fixing it, and you went with the lazy, stupid way to do it. And that's what they did here. It's like, which, again, like, it's all bad.
Hey,
it's all bad.
How about this? No, we don't kill anyone. We don't have to. You killed yourself last season. You threw yourself into a time rip. I watched it happen. I watched you kill yourself. That's how we got here.
It's just, yeah. Let's see. We talk about again the Ralph thing. I actually once I saw where they were going with Ralph and him, not wanting to let the team down. Again, it's a standard.
It's Cisco not wanting to use his powers because he saw Reaver.
Right.
It's just like it. If you have a problem with it, like then you legitimately just have some weird distance for the character, which is fine.
Yeah.
But just know that the Ralph stuff this episode is not a failure of the writing or the show.
Yeah, no, this is just it's what they've done with every other character, and
how we make you feel for the character, and it worked. And I'm of course predisposed to liking the character. I'd say based on your reaction, it kind of worked.
Well, it did. You know what the cap for it was for me? Killer Frost. The talk with Killer Frost when she was basically like, "You fucking idiot!" Like. I've stabbed them. I've attacked them, and they're still here for me. So, dude, trust me. Unless you stab them or you do something like I've done, you'll be okay. And so, to me, that was a little self-awareness of how ridiculous, and stupid Ralph was being. Because it's like, hello, Killer Frost. And I even love the fact that Caitlin was like, hold on, let me find somebody that can talk to you. And I actually like how they've been handling Caitlin and Killer Frost this season. Like, it's literally the two of them, and it's actually pretty cool. So no, that worked for me, and so it's like, okay, they're basically, like you said, doing it's a standard hero thing they've done, not just for the Flash, every fucking show. Nate has done. They've gone through this with Nate.
Fucking show, every fucking hero story. Remember Spider-Man 2 when he lost his power because he just wasn't confident. They
did it with Nate. They did it with Jackson and Stein.
They did it with Nate. I forgot about that.
Yeah, they've done it with everybody on Team Arrow. It's like just so it's like I can't be mad at it because they've done this. So okay, again, not it wasn't and it wasn't what dragged the episode down.
No.
And
honestly, it was everything around it.
Right. It's the details on. It's so weird to say this, but it's the details around Barry in jail and how the stuff works, and you're just like, I just feel, and you said something about this last week, I think, maybe the week before, when you're talking about you enjoyed an episode and it was like because it didn't have the DeVoe stuff in it, and I'm looking at the DeVoe stuff now, and I'm like, I feel like you're starting to overcomplicate the villain again.
Okay, so the thing about DeVoe is interesting because he was built up to head. Watching him fail makes him inherently less interesting and makes him less daunting of a task for the heroes, because now you're telling me that not only DeVoe did not plan for Ralph, Which, by the way, okay, let me just do this. And this is a pun. I've been trying to find a different way to say this in my head because it's too punny, but it's true. Ralph using his powers in this manner is a stretch. But I mean,
I didn't want to say it, but but okay.
But it is. I mean, it really is. It's a cop out, and that's fine. And that's fine. But because what they've done here is they've changed the long game a little bit, which is fine. It's good. It makes sense for television. It got Barry out of jail. Bingo, bango. I'm not that pedantic to hang up on it. I am pedantic enough for DeVoe to know all the powers that are coming out of the bus and not foresee Ralph posing as him.
Or, you know what I had in my notes before? I thought he was going to pose as Barry.
Yo, I was ready for DeVoe to slap me saying, the fucking shapeshifter. I knew I forgot something. Like, I thought it was the garage door left open, but nope, it was a shapeshifter on the bus. That's what it was. Mm-hmm. Like, it made no sense. Why is DeVoe surprised? He should never. He's a telepathic genius. Literally shouldn't be surprised.
Why did Ralph get away from him? Why is he the one meta that's different? You know, like what's going on? Like,
I think it's going to be and people who hate me and whatever, spoilers, whatever. The power of friendship. And I know it's hokey as fuck, but it's what they're going to do. The fact that the team took him in and didn't let him leave these times is what's going to kept, because otherwise Ralph could have very well ended up in one of those cells.
Right.
And it looks like DeVoe is collecting powers.
Well, that's something too. They didn't really explain what he was doing.
Because he still has telepathy, and if he's got telepathy and causality and the rest of those powers, that's terrifying a little bit.
Right, but then, right. Well, no, and I got that. I was like, okay, so he's taking their powers, which, okay, I can understand that because I remember when he was, and it makes sense because when he had let them out before, he was kind of testing what their power levels were and what they could do. So I'm like, okay, I can kind of see you stealing their powers now for whatever purpose you want. But then why did he take that one body?
Oh, because it's unassuming, and I'm fine with him. I think that if I write up this story in a like a prose novel, him jumping bodies would be okay. But because it's different actors, it feels like disjointed and like needless shuffling.
And that's what I'm saying. It's like I'm okay with, because to me it's once we get into a body shuffling thing, it becomes, not saying that you can't do it with the thinker, but it becomes a whole different story. It becomes a whole different like challenge.
Yeah, it becomes a horror movie.
Right. It's
the invasion of the body snatchers with very little super speed.
And I'll be honest, I was actually liking Kendrick Sampson as Dominic Lance. DeVoe. I was liking him there. And I'm not saying, I think what it was, it's Becky Sharp he's in now, right? He's in Becky, right? Who's like
she's fine.
She's fine, but it's just like, hey, I kind of want you guys to pick a person, stick there, so I can.
But I do like the idea that Barry doesn't know who the villain is.
True.
That's interesting. It gives us less than like, remember last season we were like, Savatar's probably fucking Barry, so we're chasing one person. Mm-hmm. Now we know who the villain is. We should know the face the villain's going to present in. And because things happen so often off screen with the DeVoes, anyone who Barry interacts with is now a suspect. That adds an energy to the season that I am probably going to appreciate, I think.
Yeah, and I hope they go with it. So if they do that, it's fine. But yeah, I just it's a very weird thing to me. Like the whole, and again, maybe it's something with DeVoe they'll explain later on, and it'll make sense. But right now, I'm kind of like on some okay, I guess. Like,
I don't know what's next.
You know what it is? I think they're trying to be too cute. I think they're not. And I get it. You don't want to give all your cards, so you don't want to explain things. But at the same time, it's like, we're getting to the point where you kind of need to explain some shit, people. We kind of need to explain some shit. Like, we need to get...
Especially headed into another break.
Yeah.
We're off to the 27th. We're off for 3 weeks.
Oh, shit. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, this is episode 13. You're halfway through the season.
But you know what? The only saving grace is we all know what comes in March, Sweeps Week.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to see some events. We're going to see some big things happening. I think the story's going to pick back up. Now the Bears, I think the jail thing was a weird detour because it was played in season 1 as this big diversion of the Flash, and I felt like almost they felt they had to service that diversion.
Well, and I think that's the other thing too that kind of goes that kind of bothers me is the whole thing with Barry being in jail. He's been in jail for what, like, not that long, and it didn't really. I mean, other than I was gonna say it didn't do anything. The only thing it did was kind of give you time to elevate, and I guess that's what they're going for. Maybe that's what it is. They had to, and I think this is where people are gonna get really upset. They put Barry in jail to do character development on Ralph, because apparently Ralph is gonna have play a major role in the back half of this season because he's the last of the bus metas.
No, how many were there? There were more than 5, weren't there?
I thought it was just 5. I thought it was just the 5.
Just the 6, I guess.
Yeah, there's 6. I thought it was just them. Well, maybe unless we find out there were more, and then we find out
in my head there was 8.
Well, maybe there's more because there. I mean, there's somebody else new they're going to be dealing with next the next episode. So
yeah, maybe in my head there were 9 total pictures up there earlier.
Okay, cool. Maybe there are more, but like he's still one of the ones they know. And so I think he's on Team Flash, so that's going to make it a little bit different than everybody else. So I think they needed to kind of take these 3 episodes to kind of elevate Ralph to being a hero. And the best way to do that is take Barry off the board a little bit. So you put him in, like you said, a detour. And I think that's what makes it not feel right, because the detour just wasn't really written really well. And it wasn't written tightly. It just wasn't. Like, they could have written it more tightly. They chose not to. And there are so many holes that it becomes very, very obvious. Particularly when I want to say that the beginning of the season was written a lot more tightly. And so it just stands out. And it felt like a big waste. It felt like we wasted everybody's time with that. Like, I would have been okay if somehow they just... You know what I would have been okay with? And I know they couldn't do that, but... Send Barry and Iris on fucking a honeymoon. They could have done that. They could have done that, and you would have gotten the same place, because I feel like
then you could have played it for comedy and have Barry like sneaking away to do hero shit.
Right. I mean, it's just because it like you introduce Warden Wolf and then you kill him by. I mean, we've gotten Warden Wolf, now he's dead. You know, and can't use that. You got those other metas that we had. They're dead now too, so they're all dead. Like, it's just, what are we doing here? Like, you know, I don't know. You know, like I said, I did like, you know, some aspects of it. Like, I like Barry talking to Becky about trying to be a hero and using your powers for good, and the fact that she even did that and she used her power to kind of save him. You know, and then him trying to. Look, that scene, the slow motion scene, was terrible, guys. Like, that was bad. Like, it was really...
Of him running?
Not of him running, but of her, like, standing there as, like, it was bad. Like, it looked really, really bad. But overall, the what they were going for, I understood. I understood why Barry felt he needed to save her, because she saved him, and she was trying to go right and trying to go straight and trying to be good. And yeah, it's just yeah, I don't know. I feel like there's some good things here. They just kind of dropped the fucking ball, man.
Yeah.
So,
and you're gonna hope they come out and break serious. I know Kevin Smith's getting an episode. I've enjoyed his episodes on The Flash and Supergirl. So maybe that's one of the ones that can bring us back. But this after last week showed me that they can do it.
Yeah. Well,
and Barry out of jail means that maybe they probably will. But yeah. I'll tell you right now, my faith has been a little tinted after this week.
Yeah. Well, here's the other thing too. You guys got to do a better job when all the CW shows got to do a better job when some character's not around. It didn't make sense that Wells wasn't around. Oh yeah, he's back on Earth 2 all of a sudden now. Like,
I didn't even catch that.
Oh yeah, that's what they said. Because Joe ass was like, yo, where the fuck is Harry? Basically was like, he didn't say where the fuck. Sorry guys, I'm always adding over.
Yeah, Joe always adds fuck.
I'm always adding the fuck in there. Between Joe and Harry, I'm always adding the fuck in there, right? He was like,
always
he was like, yo, he's like, where the fuck is Harry? And he's like, oh yeah, well he went back to Earth 2 to visit Jesse or something. And I'm like, are you like last week? Harry's big thing was we need to focus on getting Barry out of jail. We need to stop taking these detours and doing all that other stuff. And this week it's like, yeah, but I got to go back to my own Earth real quick. So while y'all are doing this little thing here, I'm going to be back there. I'll be back soon. All right. I'll let you guys. What the fuck, people? What the fuck?
Or have Barry call, or have Harry call over from the phone, the telephone they had to go through too. Like just have him at least consult on the case with something, trying to get like do something.
Hey,
maybe Tom Cavanaugh couldn't be there for filming. That's fine. Involve him on an off-screen role and more than just a throwaway line that honestly I missed.
Say it wasn't saying it was. Don't just say he went to go. Say it was an emergency. Make some urgency, something like it. Just you can't go from him being all
Jesse,
in on trying to get.
To go. Yeah, Jesse had to go.
Yeah,
and that's all I have to say. Because guess what? People say about Barry. Barry, we got to go. Like
right.
People will rush out of the room to take care of Barry. If they said Jesse's in trouble, he had to run. That's what I had to say.
Yeah, like so, it stood out to me because again, last week's episode was such a big deal for him, and even they had a big character moment with him blaming himself for Barry being in there, and this week he's not there, and I'm just like, the fuck, people, come on, it's so sloppy. I think that's it. I think that's all I really had for all this stuff here. Yeah.
Check my last minutes.
Yep. We mentioned the thing with the DeVoe basically pulling Bill Cosby and his wife and shit with some drugs.
You know DeVoe's evil.
Yeah.
He's fucking evil. I understand that. He is evil. No one's debating his evil.
Yeah. I think we've pretty much have yeah. And again, just the fact that even Ralph all of a sudden can now hold the form of DeVoe in the chair and do all this stuff. But even that, just the idea that like, dude,
I like the chair thing. That was smart. I was like, okay, they had the chair. That's actually smart because he couldn't use his motor skills that much. Mm-hmm. That was pretty wise. I thought that was a nice little. And I like that they didn't say it.
Yeah,
I liked it. And they did some. Like I said, there's storytelling things that I'm approving of. Like the showing and not telling is always a great sign for a show.
Yeah, my thing was just like, yo, like, how is this working? Like, how is the judge this fucking stupid? like, I don't know, man. That's just fucking killing me. All right, before we get out of here, real quick, I want to do this because we're not gonna be doing a mailbag until another couple of weeks, and I felt like this is like the last 2 weeks has been trailer week. It's just holy shit. We've got Ant-Man and the Wasp, which yeah, like I don't.
Y'all gonna respect Marvel, goddammit.
Yes. They didn't even put out a full Infinity War trailer. They just gave it that 30-second Super Bowl TV spot that showed us all we need to see. Like I
saw Peter in 2 different suits.
Peter in 2 different suits. We got the bleeding edge Iron Man suit.
We get Vision living without the gem.
Mm-hmm.
So when Thanos tears his head off, we know there was an easier way. Right.
You could have just asked.
He clearly will just take it out for anyone. Whatever.
Oh man, I can't. Yeah, it just. I actually be okay if they don't show us anything else, because like they know they got us already. They know they got us.
Done. I'm done watching. I'm done with trailers, TV spots I can't avoid. But I'm done. If they drop more stuff, cool. I'm not going to see it till May. I'm here for that day.
Yeah, they got us. Did you see the Jessica Jones trailer? Season 2?
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's fucking go, Jessica Jones. This is the first one that's come after Defenders, so it's carrying a lot of weight. Mm-hmm. It's the follow-up to probably the one that was best critically received. For a full season, Luke Cage Truthers, the back half was terrible, we can be honest now. Yeah, I'm excited because now there are formulaic things that I hope they don't do. I hope they don't take Jessica's powers away for a couple episodes or sideline her in some way to save money. But I think that what they showed us was good. Susan knew the song. I didn't, but it was a good song. It set the tone, set the theme, kind of set the atmosphere for the season. I liked her. Are you drinking? Remember drinking to forget. Pretending to care won't get you a bigger tip, which is just sometimes Jessica does all of us.
Right. Tell the truth. Tell the truth. Yeah, no, I'm all in on this one. I love what I saw, and I look forward to it. I can't wait. You saw the Deadpool one, right?
It's Cable versus Sheriff Pooley.
Listen,
or Sheriff Wadey, excuse me. I don't want to. Yo, them putting him in a fucking Woody costume,
dude.
Going after Thanos with I get some gems for you, some stones for you. Like,
first of all, the way the marketing on Deadpool is always great because you have Ryan Reynolds, and I feel like Ryan Reynolds has a lot to say in the marketing department of some, even when it comes to cutting the trailers. The whole thing with Cable's arm not being done is funny for two reasons. One, the Superman joke they made about the mustache was fucking hilarious. Just like, it's a metal arm, not a mustache. Come on, Dale. Right? But two,
fucking Dale.
But two is funny because part of the reason we probably haven't gotten a full trailer is they probably still are working on the visual effects. That's what makes it so fucking funny. Like, it actually probably are still working, adding on things. And so, how do you put out a trailer when you don't? Well, you incorporate that in there. You make fun of it.
You know what's even funnier than that? Today, a $500 PC in AI did a better job erasing Henry Cavill's mustache than all the $300 million budget.
Yes, I saw that.
That's amazing. I'm looking at it right now, and oh my god,
it looks better. It looks so much better.
I hadn't seen this until right now. Oh my god.
Yeah.
A random dude on the internet used with a $500 used PC and an AI. Used face swap AI.
Mm-hmm.
God damn.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah. But no, look, and I said this in the article I wrote about the trailer. Like, I'm going to be really interested in seeing how other critics react to this film, Deadpool 2, because for some reason, even when I saw somebody say Deadpool 2's trailer is showing trailers, it's like it's redefining the trailer game. I'm like, oh my god, you guys
specifically talking about one movie.
You still don't fucking get it. You still don't get that Deadpool is. We all love Deadpool because it is a comic movie. You think it's making some kind of larger commentary on comic movies as a whole, and it's not. It's just Deadpool being Deadpool. Like, I look at that trailer and yeah, okay, that part's funny, but Cable has his powers. We see everybody. Like, I'm in. Like, is that actually Terry Crews in the film? I was seeing some people say that it was Terry Crews on the show.
Where is Terry Crews?
Huh?
Where?
Oh, so if you look at the trailer, it's a quick hot second, and when they're on like the back of the ship, because some people said they think they see Shatterstar in the background, and it's a large black man. I'm like, I think you guys are being racist, huh?
Y'all doing? He is. That's him. It's him.
That is him. Okay. Yeah. So so it's like a hot second. You get to see it real quick. And do they
God, I hope it's GW Bridge, because that's the worst name in comics. I really hope he's with GW Bridge. I'll be really excited.
I'm trying to see.
That means we're going. Hold on. To the Yet Unknown Mutants. People were saying, "Can he member of Six Pack?" Motherfucker, make him GW Bridge.
So, yeah, I'm really like, again, it looks so much like a comic book movie, and it looks like it's gonna be so much more X-Men-y than anything else that they've ever done. So,
Cable just using the telekinesis to block those bullets.
Nigga, listen.
Like, all right,
I saw that and I was like, oh, so I'm in. Okay, cool. Show me no more. I'm good.
We're good, guys. Hey guys, we're good. We're good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he did
Okay.
that, and I was like, oh, okay. Look, Josh Brolin about to have the largest fucking May of all time. He's gonna have Infinity War with him being Thanos and come in and being Cable. He's about to have the May.
Well, you know what he's going to have the man? It's because of Infinity War. Because I know people think that R-rated comic movies is a good idea. It would make more money if it was PG-13.
Yes.
But I'm excited for it. But I need everyone to realize that the money that it is making is not the money it could make. And so when people say, we're going to do an R-rated Shadowcat movie, which actually, now that I've said it out loud, sounds fucking awesome. Because Kitty Pryde's a ninja, and she actually scares Wolverine. I just talked myself into an R-rated Kitty Pryde movie. I'd watch the shit out of it.
Oh, shit. Remember that time? It's astonishing when she had phased the fucking axe handle through...
Colossus's head?
Yeah.
I will make this solid.
Right.
Like,
Where's my child?
Okay, hold on. That was a horrible example because I really want R-rated Kitty Pryde.
Right. I'm just saying,
Jesus Christ.
you could do, like, I know we do overdo Wolverine, but I'm saying you do Kitty Pryde and Wolverine, we make that R-rated. Yeah, definitely. Mm-hmm.
Yes. Okay, fine. Yes.
That's R-rated.
I want to go into this right now. You've seen the last R-rated Wolverine movie. Sorry. I haven't seen it because I refuse to watch it. But people, you've seen, the public, the last rated R Wolverine movie, because Batman vs Superman's disappointment, they would have loved to have those numbers on Logan. And you can have those numbers on Logan if it's PG-13.
Oh, I keep trying to tell people it's kind of weird, people talking about how successful the X-Men movies have been. Like if you have to throw in Deadpool and to get the only X-Men movie, the highest rated X-Men movie.
So when people say that, you and I have to realize that they're not talking about like real quote unquote money. They're talking about, did they lose money?
Oh yeah,
and that's their bar, and they didn't, because they find ways to shoot it not for cheap but for efficiency.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's fair.
Mm-hmm.
And they do perform. Like, I'll be the first to admit, these horrible fucking movies, people watch them. I don't know why. It also happens. But guess what? When the cliff comes, it's a huge drop-off. Shout out to Transformers. Get off my fucking franchise, Michael Bay.
Or something like Apocalypse.
Oh, I'm saying, but the thing is, they haven't had their moment yet. They haven't had their last night moment. Like, last night was a bomb of epic proportions. Yeah. And...
Well, they're at least smart. They're at least smart enough to put that much money into it, though. So they're smart enough to do that.
Yeah, that's true. But I don't know. Maybe Dark Phoenix is their last night.
Well, I don't know. Chris Claremont did say.
Look, Chris Claremont's getting a fucking check. That's his story. Of course he's going to say that shit. Fuck you. Not fuck you, Chris Claremont, but fuck that quote.
Listen, right? We understand. We understand you're being held hostage, sir, and you had to say that.
No, Chris, blink twice, baby. But blink 3 times after that if the check cleared.
Right.
Because if the check cleared, we're going to let you live.
And I'm sorry that it's all Marvel stuff here, guys, but we still haven't seen anything of significance from the one DC movie coming out this year, which is Aquaman. But tomorrow we do get the first trailer for Venom. The bar's low for me. I'm just going to tell you that. I'm going to put it that way. I have a really low bar for Venom. Maybe they surpass it. Maybe they get over it. I have a lot of questions.
I am foreseeing rock music. I'm foreseeing shadows and no clear shot of Venom for 1,000 Alex.
I mean, the film just finished production.
I guarantee you don't get to see Venom in a well-lit scene in this movie. In this, probably the fucking movie, but at least in this trailer. We're on heavy Brock. Heavy Eddie Brock. Who, by the way,
heavy Tom
has
Pepper.
no personality in comics outside of being, you guessed it, fucking Venom. So this is going to be really interesting how they're trying to balance this. Guys, if we're doing Venom, don't cast Tom Hardy. There's no point. No point. Because now either you're going to go full CG or you're going to have the ridiculous Venom with the human head thing, which always looks weird.
We'll see. Like I'm
Right? I'm right? Like,
Yeah.
because if you're gonna pay Tom Hardy just like you paid Will Smith, he's not gonna wear that fucking Deadshot mask very long. You're not gonna have the CGI face on the whole movie. You pay stars to see stars. That's why Tony never wears that goddamn helmet unless he's actually being punched in the head. That's why he never wore the suit for more than 5 minutes at a time in Iron Man 3. You're paying for the star to be seen. And from what I can tell, they spent most of this budget on the star.
Well,
that was mean, but it was also true.
Look, the film started filming after October, and yeah, it finished like I think last month. Like
it finished legitimately 5 weeks ago because it was fucking up my commute.
So yeah, I mean we'll see. Like I said, the bar's low for me. I know. Here's the thing. I will say this. I think Sony has to do this because they have to prove to themselves that they can do something outside of this.
You heard the rumor, right?
Oh yeah, but that was something that
it was floated before the Fox thing was.
No, they've always had beyond Spider-Man, beyond
Spider-Man,
like they've been when the emails came out, they were shopping it because
they've been shopping this film division for 5 or 6 years now.
Because they lose fucking money. Like, you know what next to Spider-Man, well, actually more than Spider-Man now, because it might be even closer to Jumanji. That's the only thing that really made them money. Like, they do not make a lot of money with their film division, unfortunately for them. You know? So, yeah, no, I wouldn't. The other rumor is that Disney might have to do a counter offer because Comcast might be coming for Fox. So, yeah.
I'm going to say this one time. You don't want these problems, Comcast. They bought Star Wars for $4.5 billion. They've cleared 4.8 in tickets already.
Yeah.
Off of Star Wars.
Which reminds me,
your money's not long enough, Comcast.
Which reminds me, see you guys Memorial Day weekend, guys. Yeah. Sorry. I'm watching Solo. At least that first weekend. They got us all for that first weekend. Chris, if the film's good or not, who cares?
I said this on the internet. I must apologize to everyone when I said I had doubts because I hadn't seen a trailer. I forgot how tied this country, this world is to Star Wars. Because that trailer, the teaser on Super Bowl could have been terrible. When you hit that John Williams reinterpretation, everyone in America's sold. Because you know who their base is? America. Their base is the human fucking race. Because guess what? The parents are taking their kids to go see Star Wars. They grew up on Star Wars because their parents took them. They're creating generational fans, which is why R-rated movies about children's properties is a dumb fucking idea. I have been talking about this for like 6 months now. People are like, "Oh, I want an R-rated X-Men." No, what?
No. You guys, don't make me fucking stop. Leave my fucking X-Men alone. Leave my goddamn X-Men alone.
I play Fox.
Yeah, dude, leave my goddamn X-Men alone. Yeah, no. Look, maybe it's not good. Maybe it's bad. I don't know.
It's gonna make a shit ton that first weekend.
It's gonna make a shit ton of. Well, and again, this goes back to why I was like, yo, Deadpool was like, do we want to go up against the second weekend of Solo in case it's good for our first weekend, or do we want to just say let's try to win a weekend? And I think they made the right choice because, yeah, guys, we're all gonna be there that first weekend. Now maybe the movie drops off terribly after that, and that's a 4-day weekend as well. It's gonna make its fucking money.
Oh, yeah. It's gonna open, as they say.
It's gonna open, and they knew what they were doing. They gave us Donald Glover as Lando. They're pumping him heavy. Like they got us, man. Like look, we'll be there. Yeah, I'm in there.
Can I be an old man for 2 seconds?
Mm-hmm.
I know we're all excited for Lando, and we're excited for Han Solo and Chewie. In my day, yeah, I said it. You could pepper dialogue with things that would add to the mythology of the character without actually having to have the audience see it. That's why when a kid goes home and buys your toys, you can say, hey, you know, I'm going to do that thing they mentioned. I'm going to recreate that in my backyard with my toys. I did the Kessel Run in my backyard. Everyone wants everything explained to them these days. I mean, show me everything. Motherfucker, imagine it.
I mean, we say that, and then we watch them all die in Rogue One, and we're like, well...
Look, I'm not saying I myself won't enjoy it.
Right. I get you. I feel you on it.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, to me, I think
show them these, like, leave me some fucking mystery.
Well, I'll put it this way. It's the thing where, hey, when it's done well and good, great. Problem is, it's normally not done good and well. It's not. So, you know, we look at Rogue One and we look back at it now and going, well, yeah, dumb. Why didn't you fucking do it? And I've always mentioned it's like, yo, the scrollers in Star Wars are the better movies.
Are the best movies. That's a good point.
Read the scrollers of any Star Wars movie. You read that shit and you go, the fuck did I miss?
I read the scroll to Revenge of the Sith, and then I stopped the movie and turned on Clone Wars and watched that entire series.
Yo, nigga, you watch, you're just like, the fuck did I?
That sounds like fire.
Right.
Let's
so,
watch that.
But like, so you know, we look, and then they went and did Rogue One. And you're like, oh, okay, well, I see what you're doing here. But again, that's still tough. That they bucked history because normally that shit does not turn out well. So we'll see with Solo. Like I said, I think they got
it could be you and me doing a one-act play version on stage of A New Hope, and we'd still make money the first weekend.
Nigga, listen, once that Lucas, like, you didn't know what it was at first, and then the Lucasfilms logo came up, and you're like, oh, okay, that's what it is, and everybody just shuts the fuck up. Mm-hmm. It is what it is, guys. Like, they're gonna make fucking bank. So, anyway, folks, this has been an extra long episode of The Flash. Talking about a bunch of other shit. Thank you guys very much. Subscribe. Super Tuesday recap. We are less than a week away from Black Panther, which still haven't seen yet. I'm a little salty over that, but I see it on Monday. So
I was replying to you.
I was just waiting.
Get a fucking satisfaction. Get it in the show. That was the most disrespectful shit that's ever happened. No, you waited for me to react.
I did.
Outro us. Let's get out of here.
All right, folks, thank you guys very much for listening. Oh, one real quick, you can now get the Character Corner on Spotify. So if you use Spotify, listen to other stuff, other podcasts, you can get a Character Corner on there. So we made it. So all right, folks, thank you guys very much for listening. We'll be back soon. Peace.